Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play and earn games on the blockchain, such as Parallel. And in today's video, I wanted to walk through with you the month in review for January 2025 for Parallel, all the news, all the relevant information, and this is a lot of what we've been collecting here on X, or formerly known as Twitter, throughout the month of January. I'm going to walk through a lot of these details. And if you haven't already followed me on X, I definitely highly recommend that you do to stay up to date on everything happening in the Parallel universe and in Web3 and in crypto in general. All of our timely information insights will be posted on X, so definitely check us out there. It's at Mancer Tales on X for the follow, and the link is in the video description below. So let's get started. Let's talk about Parallel. Let's talk about why I think this is the best project in Web3 gaming. And yeah, we'll see with the news here what has happened just in the last 30 days here in January, I guess 31 days in January, and you can judge for yourself to see if all the hype is worth it here. So let's start. The first news item here is from Kalos, the co-founder of Parallel here, talking about closing out 2024, some of the highlights for Parallel the game. He talks about Parallel having over 6.3 million games played, the average number of games increasing, mobile coming in Q1, and additionally crates and more expansions such as Deceptions from the card perspective are coming. Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about mobile here a little bit later in this news, but that's definitely exciting. Parallel Colony, the next game coming here to the Parallel universe, the world's first playable AI simulation game where the agent is the player. Expected to release alpha here in Q1, looking on target and looking good. Runs on Prime and mints, your avatar mints items on the blockchain while you sleep, while you work, all that good stuff. Very exciting. Talk about Tau Ceti as well, coming in Q3. Looks to be on target. First person shooter looking really, really good. I'll talk about more on that from an art perspective later here. AI Wayfinder, just incredible project here, looking to literally change the game of crypto as far as how you interact with crypto, how you interact with wallets, exchanges, blockchains, bridging, swapping, all of that. Huge, huge project. We'll have TGE here in Q1. And by staking or cashing Prime, you're getting that airdrop for free. Just a huge opportunity there. And yeah, not financial advice, but definitely check that out. You can see my X timeline for more details on some of the finances and details there for sure. Next news item here. Well, hey, Parallel won some more awards. It won the Carve Play Awards Game of the Year. So that's a pretty nice achievement, continuing to do what Parallel does, and that's win awards here. We had the open beta season 11 for the Battle Pass, the Hounds of Havoc, introducing a Markolian Battle Pass NFT card, the Bloodhound Transport. Really, really nice 0 mana card with battle ready here. And I used it just recently on my climb here for this next season here in February for placements. I use a Cathy deck for that first day grind, and the Battlehound the Bloodhound Battle Transport was just a key part of that deck. So really good Battle Pass card, and that was a good season for the Battle Pass there in January. Talking about tournaments and rewards, you can see here the top 16 placers in the Esports Parallel Major 2 receiving a Singularity Steward Prime variant version of the card. Obviously a 1 of 16 print Prime variant, very valuable collector's item, gives you bonus earnings for Prime as well, and really nice card art there too. Just one of the ways that Parallel really hypes up and rewards its tournament and esports players. Additionally, you had the top 16 from the Parallel Major 3 getting a prime variant here of the Orbital Strike. So you're seeing meta cards, prime variants being issued, collector items, very rare, very valuable, great rewards for esports players and collectors to potentially purchase here in Parallel, the game, NFT digital card collection game. Parallel also had in January the 2024 Community Choice Awards, the Prime Wiki Awards. Was a great show, joined by the co-founders of Parallel hosting there alongside Prime Wiki, and just a great stream, great community voting, and very exciting to see the community come together and acknowledge and reward those in the community, streamers, players, all that good stuff. We had here as well, Payload Gamma was released here for Aftermath cards. We did a video here. If it's not already released, it'll be released shortly, talking about the Payload update for Aftermath in Parallel. Just a really interesting way to be able to get Aftermath cards here moving forward. And it's just for the next 4 weeks. It's Aftermath only cards in Payload, and then it'll switch to alphas and Planetfall cards available as well. So they had teased a big announcement here in the middle of January, and it was the Parallel Prime League being announced, Season 2, starting March 6th of this year. There's still time to get involved, get ramped up on Parallel, and they're giving away, I believe it's $1 million here in 2025 for the Parallel League, and $2 million in esports rewards in 2026. So huge news there for Parallel players. Just massive esports push, and backed up by big money, big prizes, and big competition. Very, very exciting. And yeah, you can see here the details. $3 million in prizes over the next 2 seasons and cash prizes. That's huge. And it's already having an impact. I mean, we have a lot of competitive esports players coming into Parallel, a lot of Hearthstone competitive players already here and thriving. And I think it's just going to increase. The competition is going to continue to get better. And esports is going to be very, very exciting here in Parallel over the next many years, I would say. Prime Championship for 2024 here is concluding March 1st and 2nd at the HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. Very exciting there. They also have Off the Grid and Shatterline as Web3 projects that'll also be at the HyperX Arena as kind of like sponsored solutions and games there. So that's going to be exciting to be in Vegas at HyperX Arena for the Prime World Championships. Very, very cool. We've got here some updates on ranked earnings that were announced by the Echelon Foundation. And basically, the Prime syncs and earnings here. The Parallel team is trying to weed out bots, and by doing so, they're basically saying that you need to have Gold 5 or higher rank to be able to earn in Parallel moving forward, which I think is a good first step to I guess, combat bots. There's additional work that needs to be done, I think, that has to involve banning of accounts, outright banning of accounts, just to get rid of the noise in the game, regardless of earnings. But that's a separate video and topic, perhaps. But Parallel is being proactive on this and doing everything, I think, that they, well, maybe not everything, but are taking steps to eliminate the impact of bots on the token and on the ecosystem and on the assets here for Parallel. Parallel also had a promotion in January where they airdropped holiday canisters to various NFT partner projects and collections. And by doing so, you got rewards in January for just being part of those partner communities and playing Parallel the game and giving it a try. The first reward out of the 3 holiday canister rewards was a free battle pass. So 2,400 glints were gifted to you if you were a recipient of a holiday canister from a partner project and you played Parallel in early January. You got a free battle pass for February. Basically 2,400 glints were airdropped to your account. Middle of January, if you had played 10 games of Parallel, you got airdropped a free Aftermath NFT collector pack, which has a street value of 11 Prime, which is, I guess, roughly currently with Prime roughly about $80, was gifted to you for free just for playing Parallel and trying out the game. And reward number 3 has not been revealed yet. But if you played 10 games or more in Parallel between, I think, January 19th and January 31st, you're going to be eligible for that 3rd airdrop as well. Just a great marketing promotion to bring new players into the game and to, yeah, I think a smart promotion there for sure. And you can see here AI Rev talking about, Parallel's marketing and Parallel the community in general and Parallel the game, how it's very generous, how it rewards players and rewards participation in the ecosystem through giveaways, through airdrops. I've honestly never played a Web3 game that's airdropped as much stuff for just playing the game and participating and being present than Parallel. And I think this is again why I praise the project and think it is really, really doing things correctly, because there are a lot of projects that people spend lots of money, lots of time in the projects, and you get nothing for it. When you do that in Parallel, you definitely get rewarded, and that's nice. Parallel had released here in January as well their physical cards in English version. The Japanese versions were already released last year in Q4, but now in America and the United States, you can have the English version here for Parallel collectible physical cards. Very cool there. And then you can see here, Parallel has revealed that the priming, their digital NFT issue number 1, is available for anyone to be able to view and watch online and be able to get immersed in the very compelling Parallel lore. We have a video on that as well coming up here on the YouTube channel. Here you can see what I earned in December from Parallel. We earned about 22 Prime by playing the game, which at issuance was $277. That's really nice, playing a video game and streaming that. So that was cool. Nice rewards here in Parallel for sure. And yeah, I mean, if you'd like to get in on the rewards, there's a link in the video description below on how to get started in Parallel, how to sign up for the game, how to link your account, get a free content creator reward pack through Epic Games, and start the game here through my referral link and get free apparition packs as well. And you can start earning here in Parallel too. And Nace here talking about the Parallel ecosystem right now. Really, it's the Parallel digital card game and the Parallel cards with NFTs. But here in the near future, the Parallel ecosystem is really going to explode starting in Q1 of this year to include Parallel Colony, Tau Ceti, the third-person shooter, a Prime Chain here being developed by Echelon Foundation on B3.fun, and the Prompt AI Wayfinder, TGE, and Connection as well. So you're going to see, I think, a massive not only increase in player base and players, but also utility and value and just general assets in the ecosystem here, which is very exciting, starting here in Q1 of 2025. You can see here, just we talked about this earlier, just Parallel gives weekly giveaways for just following them on X and participating and commenting. So yeah, I mean, you can see here Bose headphones. I think they're giving away a monitor this week, an avatar this month. The avatar is worth probably, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500, something like that, depending on the price of avatars any given day. So that's exciting. Definitely follow the Parallel team on X if you haven't already. This is a post talking about the Wayfinder, talking about Parallel Colony. how Parallel Colony really, you could kind of compare it to like a Truman Show, where AI agents have the profound effect on the game because they're the ones that are actually, piloting the game. It's going to bring new types of interactions and connections to your avatar, your AI agent within the game, and being able to play and participate in a living environment that changes. It's like a fishbowl, right? The ecosystem changes, the environment changes, the avatars change. It's a totally different take on a combination of role playing and simulation. It's just going to be, I think, a new defining genre of video games, and it's very exciting to see what that's going to look like here. Going to be launching in Q1 here, and what this post here talks about is that each avatar, which is basically the game piece or player of the game, is a 6551 wallet, which allows them to mint, manage, own, and trade digital assets in game. So basically, while you're sleeping or eating or working, your parallel avatar in Colony could be minting Prime, could be mining assets, could be creating new NFTs within the game and doing some very interesting things. And yeah, it's going to be exciting to see how that works out. You can see here just some graphics from Parallel Colony here, which is very exciting to see. It's going to be a mobile-based game, and yeah, I think it looks great, and it's going to be, like I said, a game-changing experience. So definitely want to get ready for Parallel Colony here, coming probably alpha release here in Q1 shortly. You can see again some more avatar designs for just one of the factions within Parallel Colony, like Athari here, just to see the level of detail and depth that the team is delivering here on its game and using its IP and art assets. Here you can see the current kind of versioning of the Parallel mobile field playfield on iOS here, and there's actually better images now that are more polished of in-game gameplay that shows actual cards and the gameplay of this. Where I think they were expecting mobile alpha and beta testing starting at Worlds here on March 1st of towards the end of the month or beginning of March here. And then I think we'll see a subsequent rollout of mobile here later in Q1 at the regional levels, and then global release shortly thereafter. So Parallel Mobile is just around the corner, and that's going to lead to explosive growth, I think, in the user base. And speaking of user base, you can see here Swish from the Parallel team talking about how Parallel added over 1,200 players in the last 7 days at the end of January, and that number continues to climb every week, it seems, or every 7 days, and that's very exciting. And that's without mobile. And yeah, when mobile is released, I think it's going to be even more impressive. This talks a little bit about AI Wayfinder, how the system works, how you can create a bounty if you want to have someone develop something for you on Wayfinder, and if someone develops it, creates the pathing, and then basically anyone uses that pathing, whoever created it gets earns a percentage of the throughput of that path moving forward. So it just shows how the ecosystem works. And if you're curious about AI Wayfinder, I can do a more in-depth video on that in the future. Suffice to say, it is going to change the game of crypto and how people interact and onboard with crypto moving forward. And it's very, very exciting. Huge AI agent play in 2025 and moving forward. Definitely don't want to miss it. Yeah, stay tuned. Here, just a little welcome to the family for myself. I was able to pick up my first Perfect Loop card here in Parallel earlier in January, adding it to my collection. It's the Resourceful Smith Perfect Loop. Is it a card that I'll play in the game? Probably never, but it's just a cool piece of artwork, digital art, NFT work, and I just actually purchased it just because it looks cool and it's more of a flex more than anything else. Not probably something I'll actually use in the game necessarily, but very, very cool. And we actually, thanks to the generous community here, we got one of our favorite perfect loops added to our collection. Shout out to Sparrows here. We got the hired gun perfect loop card added to our collection. This is one of my favorite perfect loops. Just reminds me of a little bit of a Han in the cantina here in the first Star Wars movie. So yeah, very cool digital art there, showing off the perfect loop art of Parallel. And speaking of art, we have some just features here on this last section here of the X post. This is some of the art from Parallel. I think this is AI generated art here. Very cool of Freitas. And then you've got here a reveal of a new card, Perfect Loop card from the upcoming Deception expansion set for Parallel, which might release in June, probably summer or later here of 2025. Very cool Shroud card here in the Deception expansion pack that's going to be coming out. Just the artwork here and the attention to detail for Parallel is just amazing. I'm very impressed with it and just really enjoy it. You can see here, these are Unreal Engine components for Kathy. That's going to be in an upcoming cinematic feature. So you can see all of the artwork for Parallel is rendered in 3D as assets, which allows it to be leveraged in the digital card game in Parallel Colony and also in Tau Ceti. So Parallel definitely doing things right from a development and IP standpoint there. And you can see more concept artwork for backgrounds and levels within the Tau Ceti game that'll be out in Q3 of this year. Here you can see more 3D simulation work here. This is a Synthar Vox from the Aftermath card set from the Critical Fusion card. And you can see here the AR, VR version of that card in kind of a real environment as part of AR, VR rendering. So very, very cool. How would you like to have this guy walking around your home on your iPhone? So pretty cool. And we got to close off a little bit here with the community-based memes and content. Shout out to the community here for some of the funnies here. You've got Aeneas talking about why he's so sad, bro, with his win rate here after being nerfed. And then you have Torty, the legend here, just with a very funny meme about the meta within Parallel. So we'll end it here. This was the month of review in Parallel, courtesy of our X timeline. If you're curious to stay up to date on February and months moving forward, definitely follow us on X at Mancer Tales. And you can see why I'm so hyped on Parallel and what this team is delivering. And the keyword here is delivering, because they are firing on all cylinders here. And it's very impressive. You can see just for the month of January how much news has been released, how much they've got cooking, how much they've delivered. I mean, other projects literally took the month of January off and did like nothing, produced no marketing, produced no news releases, communicated nil to the communities. Parallel is not doing that. They're doing the exact opposite, and that's why I am excited about what the future holds. Until next time, keep stacking those stats.
Entertainment.